Hello and welcome. This is Gordon D'Silva again. In the last video I explained a little bit about why we developed the 5 keys to doubling your profit. I explained that this is not for you if you are convinced that no one or nothing can help you. On the other hand, if there is a dream unfulfilled and you'd really like to make it happen for yourself, then you are definitely in the right place. 9 out of 10 businesses I visit, probably more than that to be fair, are not happy with their profitability. They're not really happy with their business. They're struggling to keep up with the daily routines, they're stressed, and they're simply working too hard for too little. Maybe you recognize one or two of these traits. I recently did a calculation for one of my clients, and we worked out that he was earning less than the minimum wage. With all the additional risks and stresses he ran as a business owner. That's crazy. It reminds me of the comic book store owner in the series Big Bang Theory. In that series, there is a store owner who makes so little money he cannot even afford a flat. He has to sleep in his shop. His dream slowly being crushed by lack of funds. I'm sure that is only created for comedy effect, but many businesses do struggle. It doesn't have to be this way. The majority of these businesses could make much more money. They could do it in less time, and they could begin enjoying running their business once more. Maybe like it was when it first started, when the excitement of the dream shone bright. So let's get into these 5 keys, shall we? The first one is a tool that every business should use at least once a year, maybe twice a year. It's called the SWOT analysis. SWOT stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities and threats. It is the most simple, the most underrated, the most powerful tool a business owner has access to. And it's completely free. Theirs just takes some thinking. When we run this tool with clients, we have never failed to generate less than £10,000 of additional profits in the following year. Never. The key to this tool, which virtually everyone has heard of, and maybe even attempted once or twice, is in who runs it with you and how independent and knowledgeable they are, and what you do with the findings of the analysis. All too often business owners run the tool on their own, and within days they're back at their normal routines, and the findings and all the value they've generated lost in the pile of paper on their desk. The analysis reveals what you're good at, and so capitalize on it, what you're weak at, and so minimize the weakness, what opportunities are around, and so exploit them. And finally, the threats against the business that should be defended against or neutralized. Typically, the analysis takes half a day and can really be the most beneficial half a day of your year or 6 months. Remember, at least £10,000 profit generated. What you then do is simply take the findings, create a strategic plan, and carry it through. At a recent SWOT meeting, we identified a geographic opportunity which helped the client earn a further £60,000 in profits each year for the following 2 years. And we're still tracking. Don't get me wrong, the SWOT analysis on its own did not achieve those results. It was the strategic plan, the tactical solutions, the drive and the commitment of the owner that ultimately delivered that result. The SWOT analysis we did was only a means to that end. So let's get to tool number 2. This is known as the Pareto principle or the 80-20 rule. The 80-20 rule, simply put, suggests that 20% of your effort results in 80% of your positive results. Conversely, 80% of your problems are caused by 20% of your activity. Now, I do not want to get you too hooked up on the 80-20 metric. Sometimes it's 60-40 or 90-10 or something in between. What I do want you to understand is that the results are skewed. And when you identify which 20% give you the best returns and focus on it, doing it more and more often, the faster your results will improve. If you also identify which 20% is causing you the most pain, frustration and energy drain and eliminate it, your effectiveness rises almost instantly. Spotting the culprits from the inside can sometimes be difficult. Seeing the wood for the trees syndrome. Again, an external person like a non-exec director can help here. Because we're not as close to the business as you are, we can ask questions, challenge and make observations. Also, because we love numbers, data talks to us. It tells us a story. It tells us where to look. It tells us what needs fixing. While working with a client recently, we did the 80-20 analysis on his customer list. We identified that the bottom 30% of his customer base was absorbing 50% of his team's time while contributing less than 5% of the company's profits. By addressing this one area, the client increased his profits by over 15% in under 3 months. Now, you don't need an external director or sounding board if you choose not to have one. The decision is one of growing fast or slow. The decision may be one of taking less risk or more risk. If you could increase your profits by 40% a year as opposed to 2 years, wouldn't that be worth considering doing something slightly different that you haven't tried before? What about doubling your profits? Each one of the techniques and tools within the 5 keys have the potential to increase profits, but it's potential. You have to take some action. When used together, though, over a few months, the effect on profit can be dramatic indeed. Keep in mind the practical skills that would help you. I know the mechanic who services my car does it 5 times faster and 20 times better than I do for myself. And I'm sure other road users around me are probably really glad I use those experts. The final tool we can look at today on this video is predictive indicators. Most of the figures that business owners use are lagging indicators at best. Take sales, for example. Most businesses use it to judge whether they're doing well or not, but it's a lagging indicator. It has happened, it is done. It tells us nothing about what will happen in the future, only about what has happened in the past. And we all know that predicting the future based on past events is fraught with danger. Take the profit and loss account or balance sheet, both very common financial reports relied on by directors and business owners up and down the country, if they even have that. These are completely lagging indicators. Not only that, I believe they're misleading. Key information is omitted from these documents, but more of that another time. Your job as a business owner is to identify indicators that predict your success in the coming weeks and months and years. Maybe your authority in the marketplace that you serve. Maybe the amount of unique, relevant traffic your website gets. Maybe the number of referrals you receive. These are predictive indicators. They predict the health of your business for the future of your business, for future income, rather than regurgitate data of past activity. When you begin to focus on predictive indicators, you begin to take action of a different nature, and as a result, your results change for the better. Did I say this was easy? No, I didn't. But it is worthwhile, I promise you. Left to their own devices, most business owners consider these things, play with them for a bit, and then carry on with their normal routines, leaving this gold in the dust. If you haven't heard our Acre of Diamonds story or would like a refresher, simply click on a link on the page below. Once again, do not let the simplicity of the ideas fool you. Each one does have a simple series of steps to achieve the goal. Each one has the potential for dramatically increasing profits. Each one does take thinking about. It does take concerted effort to see through and get the positive results from it. So let me ask you to consider what you've heard. In a moment, I'm going to ask you to pause the recording and consider these questions. Which of the keys we've covered so far, the SWOT analysis, the 80-20 rule, or predictive indicators, do you think would have the biggest impact on your business right now? What impact do you think they might have? How much profit could you generate, do you think? And how much more cash would all of this put in your bank account? How much easier would your business be to run if you took the right action at the right time, in the right way, with the right guidance? Pause the recording and consider these for the moment. Great, I hope you're back and you've paused and had a think and maybe made some notes. You may choose, if you'd be so good, to put some comments in the box below. Tell us what your thoughts are. Tell us what you think you might get out of this. Tell us what you think is the potential for your business. What would you like to know more of? What help would you need to help you achieve some of these results that you're thinking of? We've run out of time again on this video. We're trying to keep these short to give you the most value in the least time. I'm all about fast. I'm about fast results. When you get to know me, you'll know that that's what it's all about. If you are stuck or have a burning challenge, consider using our quick fix call. It is 15 minutes, fast-paced, solution-based to get you unstuck, to provide you with ideas you can use immediately. Remember, the next video is queued up for your viewing on the top right-hand corner of this page. If you like the content and you can see the potential in your business, but maybe you want more information on the tools and how you can use them in your business, join us for our online workshop, held every month. It covers all of these tools in more detail. I look forward to speaking with you on the next video, or if you're stuck on the 15-minute quick fix call. Until then, all the best. Goodbye.